Gas laws. When we talk about stars, stars are composed of gas. So the rules that apply to gas are going to apply to what happens inside of a star. And there are two main rules that we will encounter. The first one is that as volume decreases, pressure increases. And that's what this picture is showing. It's showing a gas contained inside this cylinder. And so a small mass will compress it a little bit. So not as much pressure pushing back. Add a little more mass, and that's going to push down with a larger force. It's going to compress the gas into a smaller volume, and that smaller volume of gas is going to push back with a larger pressure. And then last, even more weight, you're going to push down even more, and the gas is going to push back even more. So the smaller your volume, so here's our smallest volume, is going to have the largest pressure. I'm going to just use the capital letter P for pressure. Whereas our largest volume, and I'll use V for volume, is going to have the smallest pressure. One of the things we're going to see with stars is that as a star forms, you've got a cloud of gas collapsing down into a smaller volume. And so that's going to create a larger pressure in the process. And then later, as stars die, they're going to expand into a larger volume, thus decreasing the pressure on the inside. Our second law is that as pressure increases, temperature increases. So what we're seeing in the illustration is, in this case, our indication of temperature on the scale here. Here at normal pressure, you've got whatever that temperature gauge is indicating. And then here it's very cold, and so lower temperature, lower pressure. Again, this is going to apply to our stars. So as our star expands, we now see that two things are going to happen. We're going to see the pressure decrease and the temperature decrease. Or if we have a forming gas cloud collapse, then the pressure is going to increase and the temperature is going to increase. And these are going to be important underlying rules for what happens for stars as they form, as they live, and as they die.